Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fernanda for those who do not know. And if you're new here, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I post up a new video. So, I had previously started a video about this whole new topic I'm going to talk about. And it's probably nothing new to you guys, but it's like kind of a little bit personal for me to talk about, especially knowing that this is like half of my life I'm gonna talk about. So if you can, please have patience with me, and if you can, just go to another video. So I'm gonna try to start this. Personally, on a level where I know most girls have to go through this, I would basically love to say is that if you are a girl like me and you're going through this whole new relationship of where everything that you're going through in this new toxic, well, if it's not a new toxic relationship, then most girls and you girls know what's really going on. So let me explain a little bit of what I went through. Our relationship kind of started in 2013. We just tried really hard to get ourselves kind of used to dating, because it had been a while for him to have started dating. And I personally was like, you know what, okay, this is like all new to me because I hadn't dated anybody since I was 16. You know, I had a crush on him. It was like overrated. I don't know which crush is like overrated right now. So it was like, yeah. So I had a crush on him, and he was, at that time, he was dating my best friend, right? So I tried really hard, like, to try to get over him, get him out of my mind, but it didn't work. So as time passed, my crush grew more and more and more and more, and then I didn't even have all this time for myself to think about school, studies, friends, until 2 years later I started focusing more on myself than anything else. I started focusing on schoolwork, my friends, my studies, everything, so I could finish off my high school. And it wasn't until after high school that we started dating. That first whole year that we started dating was like a magical dream come true for me, you know. But there was things that weren't really supposed to have gone on in our relationship. I let certain people walk into our relationship if like it was a house with an open door. I just couldn't, you know. I just didn't believe I actually did that. So as things progressed in our relationship, he, actually basically more me than him, kept on, I made myself feel bad because I knew that he wasn't gonna love me if I felt bad about myself, or if I told somebody things about him that other people didn't know. So I didn't do that. I just kept on going as the relationship went on and on and on. I think after the 3 months, I don't want to be with him anymore because I felt something bad. And so after that something bad, I was just like, you know what? No, I'm good. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. So our toxic relationship didn't start until like the 7th month of our relationship. This whole toxicity for me was something that I had never experienced before in my life, and I just didn't know how to cope with it, you know. I just couldn't believe all this was happening to me all at once. You know, we broke up the first time. We got back together the second time. Didn't even take us like 3 months. It didn't take us 3 months for us to get back together. And then didn't take us even a month for us to break up again. And we went through this whole on and off thing for at least 4 or 5 years. Now, toxic relationship is really something that most girls go through when they're not actually wanting to go through with it. So there's a circle in a girl's life, right? Circle in a girl's life where toxic relationships are not welcomed. They're not welcomed at all. And I went through it with him. So after everything, after this whole on and off thing, we both started talking. I was like, you know what, this is really unhealthy for us, and it's time for us to say goodbye to everything that just made us unhealthy. So we gave ourselves space. Well, actually, I gave them a lot of space for him to really understand what was wanting or what I wanted him to feel. You know, for us to feel something. I personally I gave him enough space. I gave him all the space he wanted. You know, I focused on school, my friends again, my family, my siblings, my parents, my cousins, like everyone that surrounded me by then wasn't really important to me, because my focus, my clearly my focus was more him than my family. My family was like second place in my life, and he was like the first place. So when I figured everything out, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do. No, I'm not even gonna deal with this. I felt bad because it was my life that was going to like wrong path, through the wrong path with him. And when I really tried to understand what was really going on, I was like, you know what? No, no, this isn't gonna work for me. So I sort of just gave them space, told him, you know what? No. So by the time that, you know, I gave them space, I gave them enough air for him to breathe, we were both like, you know, agreeing that what we were doing was really unhealthy. I went on with my life as it was. I got back to college. I am right now I'm trying to study to become a preschool teacher. Most of you might be like, yay, that's a really easy career. It's not. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of schooling and a lot of homework. And I hate homework, so yeah. So I gave them all that space. But when he came back 2 years later into my life, that's where we started talking again. We started having all these feelings. We started feeling, you know, happy for ourselves. But by the time that, you know, that we started talking again, he had already had another girlfriend. And one of my best friends wanted to date me, and I was about to tell him yes. But there was like so much things going on in my life that I didn't have time for a relationship. But once I got into the whole, really back into dating, I was like, you know what? No, I'm actually gonna give this new relationship of mine a chance. Didn't last a month for me to get my hopes up with him. My ex-boyfriend got my hopes up. My hopes were like up in the clouds, girl. Up in the clouds. But there was things that weren't okay with me. You know, that weren't okay with us. So he is, yes, and yes, I take it back with my ex. He is my boyfriend right now. He's my recent boyfriend right now, and we are trying to get back into the whole dating thing because it's probably something that we both want. So I'm happy for him. He's happy. We're both happy. But there are certain things that are going back to the way it was. Like, for example, this is something that I would really, really have to talk about, but I think it's something that most girls can relate to when it comes to their boyfriends. Personally tell me, do you girls think it's fair for the guy to humiliate you? For the guy to go out with one of his ex-girlfriends in a new car of his, and for him to call you hours later telling you that he went out with his ex-girlfriend to hang out with her, knowing that you're thinking that he's probably at home, sleep in his bed, and he's okay. You're trying to call him at 10, thinking that he's at home in his bed, sleeping and everything. But in reality, he's out with another girl who is not you. So, if you can explain this to me, if you can answer this question for me, then I'll gladly be happy and to understand by a woman's point of view what is really going on with my boyfriend. So, I don't want to make this a big problem, especially knowing that there's girls out there that have to go through this, and I'm going through it again. And I personally know it's not easy, but if you can actually understand everything that I go through, I'm going through right now, then I guess we all have something in common. Toxic relationships do not belong in our lives. So if you can answer this for me, then I'll gladly understand why I shouldn't have walked into this relationship again. But if you can, then... Well, this was supposed to be about whole toxic relationship. I was supposed to talk about something cool, something fun, but this whole toxic relationship thing weighs so much on me that I wanted to like talk to you guys about this. It's a part of my life that I usually don't like to talk about, but if I get the chance, then I will. You guys can actually see it's getting dark, and I want to finish this off before it gets a little more darker. So, yeah. So there is a couple of things I'm gonna try to talk about. I'm gonna try to upload this probably by tomorrow or Friday. Actually, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's my little birthday, so I'm trying to upload this maybe by Thursday. And yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, toxic relationships do not belong in our lives. We are better than this. So, I do ask you guys one thing. Know who you are? Toxic relationships don't belong in our lives. We are women. We were born out of a woman. And we are gonna be the happiest we can ever be. So, be happy, know who you are, and your girl loves you. Bye. See you in the next video.